session, I'm very honored to introduce Professor Tsuneo Yamada. Professor Yamada is a professor at the Open University of Japan, the nation's premier distance learning institute. Professor Yamada is a leader in setting the standard of educational technology in Japan and beyond. He serves as an executive board member and the chair of the steering committee of the One EdTech Japan Society. In this capacity, he is instrumental in promoting interoperability and the development of technical standards that allow different education systems to work together seamlessly. His leadership was recently recognized with a Global Learning Impact Award from One EdTech Society for his champion in this effort across Japan. Today, he will share his deep expertise on this very topic in the presentation of cases and use cases of educational digital ecosystem in Japan toward AI-enhanced personalized learning. So please join me to give a warm virtual welcome to Professor Tsuneo Yamada.
So, good afternoon, distinguished professors and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your very kind introduction, Chang and Chai. I'm very glad to be here and to introduce our progress today. Successfully change it to next slide. Yes, I checked. So I will skip my biodata, but I am now retiring from Open University Japan this fiscal year and move to the other graduate school from next spring. But today, my presentation will be from the standpoint of One EdTech Japan Society. So in my talk, I will mention 2 points, how to realize educational digital transformation, DX, using digital ecosystem. And second, how to localize these DX processes in Japanese context. I'd like to confirm in a couple of words. And interoperability is a basic concept and technical standard and indispensable for the realization. So in education field, I think the most influential international standardization organization is One EdTech Consortium. One EdTech Consortium holds 3 seasonal meetings in North America, in addition to the annual conferences in several regions. One EdTech Japan was held last week in Tokyo annual conference, and One EdTech Europe will be held in mid-September in Delft, the Netherlands. So, as the first organization, One EdTech Japan Society invited both Curtis Brand, CEO, and Tim Cooper, chief architect from One EdTech Consortium. They introduced the latest information of the management and the technology matters. So I explained the organization and the technical standard using their slide used at our conference with their permission. And I should say, I also appreciate Achan Dr. Pravinya and Achan Anuchai. They had their great presentation titled From Policy to Practice, a framework and guideline for micro-credential system in Thai higher education as a special guest. So I'd like to explain why the Tech Consortium today using Curtis slide. And Wine Tech Consortium is a global non-profit organization committing to developing high value, open and trusted standard for learning and education. They have a 25 years history and to develop maybe more than 100 standard, including different versions. Community open, and they based on the open philosophy, and their standard is open standard. At the moment, 1,200 or 1,200 organizations join this organization from over 25 countries. And I skipped this slide. And why the Tech Consortium is, as I mentioned, NPO and NGO consisted of educational institutions, government, public sectors, corporate vendors, and learners as end users. So this organization is not corporate organizations, corporate organization. Also users, consumers also join this organization. And in addition to North America, regional organizations were launched in Europe, Korea, Japan, and Latin America. One of the essential roles of regional organization is to localize a globally interoperable standard in each country or region through developing national or regional profiles. And while interoperability is progressing after NGDLE, you may know this term, Next Generation Digital Learning Environment Framework, which was proposed by EDUCAUSE and IMS Global. So at the beginning, system-to-system interoperability, but now, or tool-to-tool interoperability, and now so moving to ecosystem-wide interoperability. Currently, many institutions use many educational systems simultaneously and realize various functions independently or collaboratively. So, syllabus, student information system, learning management system. Just a moment. I'd like to use laser pointer. So student information system, learning management system, and also curriculum management, so like syllabus database in higher education case, and also credentialing systems, so certificate or e-transcript, and also online meeting like Moodle or Zoom, and learning resources, learning object repository and assessment systems, so test bank and testing management system, and so on. So we have so many systems in an institution. And while the consortium has developed over 100 standards for different purpose and usage, I cannot explain the details. For example, LTI, learning tools interoperability. This standard allows seamless integration and communication between learning management system and external educational tools and contents in protecting security and privacy. So, so in this organization, tools means everything. So system, application, tool, it's all called tools. So learning tools interoperability is the basement of one technical standard. And the common cartridge enable the packaging and sharing of digital learning content and assessment test items and so on across various learning management systems in a consistent format. And the QTI is the question and test interoperability. This is the the standard for test items and the test bank and quiz authoring tools and test management systems. So QTI provides unified framework for creating, storing, exchanging, and delivering digital assessment across platform with enhanced support for accessibility and so on. Okay, just a moment. In Japan, so I explain details. So Japanese government adopted QTI. As a result, we have very big implementation. So 8.8 million students across Japan may use QTI-based testing systems. So government called this national testing system MECBIT. So administered CBT systems, mainly for elementary and secondary education. And one roster. This is an one of the other standard for rostering, so making a student list or absence or presence information and so on. This one roster is also adopted in national Japanese national local standard. Caliper Analytics. Caliper Analytics is for capturing, storing, and exchanging learning activity data, so learning log data, to enable educational institutions and tools to measure and analyze learner performance and behavior across platforms. And so recently, personalized learning is may be realized in near future with the progress of AI agent based on generative AI or multi-agent AI. So, so this kind of data, so many institutions or vendors want to get this kind of data, so learning log data. So, for the fine tuning or retrieval augment generalization, maybe this kind of student or teacher's personal activity record may be necessary. So I have no time. This is also a big news. So you may know, so at the moment, For the learning analytics area, we have two international standards, IEEE and ADL XAPI and WineTech Caliper. But now, WineTech Consortium to make more interoperable between XAPI and Caliper. And I should say case also. Case is exchange in interoperability of competency framework, academic standard across diverse educational systems and digital platforms. So case is the standard to describe learning objective goals in machine readable format. So we use this kind of top-down data. Goal or educational goal or objectives when find academic content, issue digital badge, or store the learning log data. So we should describe this kind of contextual data we need. So in micro-credentialing or credit transfer, a case can show the relationship or differences among different curriculum standards and syllabic or something. And in this conference, our conference, Google, we know Google started a pilot study or a field test of case repository network with Google Classroom in United States, 3 states. So maybe this kind of service will be available in other countries. So, and Open Batch and CLR, a comprehensive learner record, is a standard for the digital credentials. And so provide framework for issuing, managing, and displaying a verifiable digital credentials and achievement. And in my understanding, the typical use case of Open Badge is a kind of certificate, and that of CLR, Comprehensive Learner Record, is in e-transcript. But CLR can be used for a kind of e-portfolio also. And in this area, so both standards now change the basic technology to blockchain technology. So the many things is now changed. So we are now adaptation process. So how to utilize or discriminate these two standards. Okay, so I'd like to move to implementation of large-scale ecosystem in Japan. Before that, so I'd like to introduce my organization, WineTech Japan Society. So WineTech Consortium has 25 years history, but our WineTech Japan Society maybe this from this year to next year. So we have 10th anniversary. So it means 10 years. So our initial purpose is sharing information in Japanese among IMS Global. So IMS Global is a former name of WineTech Consortium. So IMS Global Consortium's contributing member from Japan. Maybe you, so Thailand people can speak English very well, so you have no issues in but in Japanese people still have a very weak to speak English. So we should share the information, translate into Japanese. So this is one of our motivation. And also to adjust the dissemination these standard into Japanese market. So at the beginning, we have no knowledge to how what is the difference or how to localize such global standard into Japanese context. So we make this kind of organization. I skipped it. This also. So the first, but only I have one case and two use cases. This is only one case. Giga School initiative by the government. Government means the Ministry of Education, next, and sometimes supported by digital agency under the cabinet. This Giga School initiative is a large-scale governmental project to realize one-to-one internet environment for all grade 1 to 12 students. So in Japan, about 30,000 schools nationwide, elementary and middle education level, and 9 million students and 1 million teachers. And the government have already delivered one such kind of internet devices to all. So it means government delivered 10 million devices to student, teacher, free. So this is a very big initiative in Japan, and they realized such kind of one-to-one computing environment maybe 2 or 3 years just before COVID-19 pandemic, but this process finished just after one year, 2 years after the pandemic. So, so such kind of delivery is not the purpose of this project. It is to realize to make some educational DX using this kind of new environment. So they recognize they should be a data-driven learning or educational environment. So they, at the initial stage, at the beginning, they infrastructure, they built two infrastructure. So one is the right side. This is a MECBIT. MECBIT is a Ministry of Education CBT system. The left side is show learning e-portal. Learning e-portal is a kind of LMS, cloud LMS, cloud-sourced LMS for school or school board. From the very special background, before, so K-12 education institution has no LMS and no direct connection with internet, but they need this kind of LMS and SIS, student information systems. So this called learning e-portals. To make this kind of nationwide infrastructure, So government very carefully divide competition area and collaboration area at policy making and implementation. So right side is so the focusing on or cover with testing, examination. So this is controlled the government directly. So the CBT system is controlled by the ministry. But left side, learning in portal is kind of competition area. So they make local national standard or learning e-portal and to open this area to vendors. So so maybe at the beginning, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 vendors join this kind of new services, learning e-portal, but their system should be based on a mixed technical standard, local standard. And also at that time, so I should say, so they adopted One Tech Consortium standard, LTI and QTI, and also one roster for student information systems. But now, so we have this kind of governmental national infrastructure evolved in these 5 years, and to more high they have more high functionality, and interoperability is realized in higher level. I cannot say no time. So in this process, we have we learned many things. One is we should localization. So localization means we have international standard, so one roster, LTI, QTI, but the details are different from government, so national standard. So we should negotiate with the MindTech Consortium to make Japan profile. So the first one is first release maybe coming soon. So one roster 1.2 CSV binding Japan profile. Maybe next rest, or also we recognize such kind of Japan profile needed in LTI or other standard also. So for to realize making this kind of Japan profile in a Wide Tech Consortium, so we ask them to make launch Japan Wide Tech Japan Product Selling Committee in committee in Wide Tech Consortium. And also we recognize technical support for vendors and engineers is very important, but I have no time to explain it. And the micro-credential ecosystem is just launching. So, but maybe, so you will find some presentation this micro-credential area in Japan from other participants, other speakers. So I'd like to skip it. And finally, this is also only scope AI digital ecosystems. So at the moment, so as you know, there are so many learning large-scale language models. Some people say 100 more LLM available. So users can choose one of them, for the purpose and text context, and combine multiple AI agents. And on the other hand, as I mentioned, Japanese students in first to 12th grade has each internet devices. So we consider now we should AI enhanced data-driven learning platform for personalized learning. And most of the components of we recognize most of the components of this kind of AI digital ecosystem now preparing in nationwide. So next step, how to make design the architecture of AI digital ecosystem or personalized learning. So thank you very much for your attention and patience. So at the end of my presentation, thank you very much.